I'm Rich Noonan for World Business Watch here in Kansas City, Missouri, which is home to one of the finest surety operations in America. This is the Thomas McGee story. Kansas City, Missouri has been a hoppin' town for the past several years. Everywhere you look here, there are cranes in the air, signaling a building boom. The Power and Light District jumps at night in an area that used to be dead. Kansas City is a shining star in the Midwest, and right in the middle of all the action is Thomas McGee. Their surety program is a national model. While there are plenty of newcomers in Kansas City, Thomas McGee is not one of them, which is a good thing in the surety business.
You know, Thomas McGee was founded in 1910, and the office where we're currently located is within a couple of blocks of the original office. So Kansas City, Thomas McGee, I mean, they go together.
They sure do, and so does Thomas McGee and Surety. 3 of the agency's 4 partners are leading experts in surety. They do business all over the Midwest and have a huge footprint in Kansas City.
It's rare that you can drive down a street and not say that's a Thomas McGee account involved in that project.
Thomas McGee's surety team has secured bonds for scores of contractors, big and small, for decades.
When you drive by a new development or some kind of a significant project, rest assured there's a Thomas McGee client involved in some aspect of that project.
That does not happen without some powerful word of mouth. Contractors know that Thomas McGee's surety team always delivers unrivaled service, and the Thomas McGee name carries serious weight in the underwriting community.
Obviously, surety at Thomas McGee is serious business. I mean, of the 4 partners, 4 owners in the business, 3 of them are surety professionals.
That says something about Thomas McGee's commitment to the surety business. Gene Klein, Tom English, and Doug Joyce head one of the most experienced and respected surety teams in the country, and they do it with good old-fashioned Midwest values, hard work, and the straight talk that keeps contractors out of trouble.
I'm not in the business of telling you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, and that's, frankly, from my perspective, that's about shaving in the morning and being able to sleep at night.
Good afternoon, Straub Construction.
There are also contractors all over the Midwest who sleep better at night because they've found a partner and trusted advisor in Thomas McGee. Ernie Straub is one of them. He's the 3rd generation to run this company that bears his family name. For more than 85 years, Straub Construction has valued relationships like few others. Straub was recently named one of the best companies at which to work in this part of the country, and working with Thomas McGee means a lot to Ernie Straub.
In this business, I look at my relationship with Thomas McGee and my other partners as a business relationship and as a partnership. And Thomas McGee has delivered on every aspect of their bonding and insurance needs that our company has had over the last 16 years. So it's almost like we're family.
Helping contractors to plan their businesses and customer service that far exceeds anything in the industry is what has really set Thomas McGee apart.
You know, it comes down to the people. You have to have people that are right for your philosophy. You have to have people that have the intellectual capacity to understand what you're trying to accomplish. And you have to have people that the makeup, the fire in their belly is such that they want to do the right thing. And we built this McGee surety philosophy over a long period of time.
Good morning, Thomas McGee. This is Brenda. May I help you?
Everywhere you look at Thomas McGee, there are people who have been here for a long time. They are pros. These 3 McGee team members handle surety bonds every single day. Between just the 3 of them, they've got over 75 years of experience. All that experience has taught the people here that getting to know everything they can about a contractor is key. Byron McIntosh was one of those contractors several years ago when he started Greenleaf Construction. He had no money, but he had a great reputation, and he had a contract with Sprint to do a small job. But Byron needed a surety bond. The first 2 bonding companies turned him down.
I called Tom English with Thomas McGee and explained to him who I was and what I was doing, and had a little bit about my background, and he took a chance on us, and here we are 7.5 years later.
Byron thinks often about what that decision by Thomas McGee has meant to him.
It meant everything, because without the bond, we wouldn't have the opportunity to build that project. And basically, that first project, which was $17,000 and some change, for that one client over the next year and a half, ended up totaling over $8 million worth of construction projects. So it meant everything.
The Thomas McGee team is able to do things like that because McGee Surety has earned such a top-quality reputation among surety underwriters. A recommendation from Thomas McGee carries weight.
It's coming from Thomas McGee. And it's coming from a group of people that have been together for a long time. It's coming from a group of people that are trained by some of the leading surety experts in the country. And by nurturing those relationships over many years. Some of these people we've been doing business with for over 25 years.
Contractors know better than anyone that those relationships are more key now than ever because the bonding industry has changed so much. Robert Milwee and his company Garney Construction consistently rank at the top in the nation for safe, on-time, on-budget projects. They work all over the country and switched to Thomas McGee years ago when they needed the best.
Well, we've had a good relationship with Thomas McGee over the last 12 years. It's been a good business partnership. The bonding industry's gone through a lot of changes in this time, a lot of consolidation, post 9/11 crisis. We've grown as an organization, doing a lot more work, a lot of joint ventures and other little more complicated arrangements. And through all that, Thomas McGee has been there to support us, come up with creative solutions, and just been a good business partner over that period.
One of the things you hear over and over about Thomas McGee Surety is that McGee goes to bat for contractors, whether they be very big or startups. When Kai Hornbaker first met with Gene Klein, Kai had a computer. That was his company, Kai and the Computer. Today, Kai's company, United XL, does hundreds of millions of dollars of business a year and employs well over 100 people specializing in healthcare construction.
I would highly recommend Thomas McGee. They've done a really fine job of handling our account. They're hardworking, they're completely trustworthy and honest. They have, in the very most difficult times, leveraged their own relationships with sureties and insurance companies to ensure that we got the very most and the best deal that we could. And in some cases, gone above and beyond the call of duty because that was what was necessary in order to get what we needed.
Once again, it all comes down to people with Thomas McGee. Al Landis runs Herzog Construction, a big company with 1,200 employees and work all over North America. But when Al talks about Thomas McGee, he is talking about its people, not just that name that carries so much weight in the surety business.
You know, we've been associated with Thomas McGee for over 20 years, and our relationship goes around the fact of we use them for our surety business as well as insurance business, and on top of that, a variety of other things. We'd like to think of them as our partners, and not only our partners, but our friends. And we have absolute trust in their advice to us, and I couldn't recommend them to anybody more.
It's a beautiful business. It's a great business to feel like you're an integral part of their operation, knowing that surety credit is the lifeline in their business.
Perhaps Gavin Barmby says it best. His company, Pyramid Contractors, does lots of big concrete jobs, and Gavin has Thomas McGee on speed dial for one simple reason.
They've just never let me down.
Thomas McGee, it's the name that so many companies call when they want to be sure about surety. Thomas McGee, it's all about the people. For World Business Watch, I'm Rich Noonan. I'll see you next time.